Several African countries are taking part in the China International Import Expo, with over 190 enterprises, both large and small, also present. As CGTN's Ramah Nyang now reports, their proposition at the Expo wasn't just about the products on offer.
No less than 8 African countries took part in the Expo, with a vast array of products, services and investment opportunities on offer. Getting to them all, however, takes time, energy and very comfortable shoes to walk in.
So if you are going to be running around most of these stands at the country pavilion, you definitely will need a bit of a pick-me-up, and there's no better place to get that than right here, the birthplace of coffee, as it were. This isn't just a cup of coffee. This is quite literally a few thousand years of history, several centuries of civilization, from one of the best coffee producers on the planet. And this is how it's supposed to be drunk, by the way. Straight shot, no sugar, simple cup. It's brilliant. And you're certainly going to need all that coffee from Ethiopia when you come shopping at the Moroccan Stand. Granted, it's not quite like walking through the markets in Marrakesh or Casablanca, but still, the products on offer are very interesting, particularly this right here, argan oil from Morocco. It's one of the more famous products that they do produce. There is absolutely no reason why you should ever leave Morocco without some of this stuff in hand.
Cosmetics are a common thread between the Kingdom of Morocco and the Republic of Ghana. One is home to argan oil, the other is home to shea and cocoa butter, all key ingredients for the world's $500 billion cosmetics industry.
Now, you cannot simply be at an expo like this, something this important. Come over to the Ghana stand, and they've got all their best products and ideas put forward. Remember, Ghana is the second largest producer of cocoa in the world. The dirty little secret of the chocolate industry is that they don't tell you that 60% of the produce comes from just 2 countries. Cote d'Ivoire is one, Ghana is the other. As you've just seen behind me, the chocolate here is extremely popular. So if you don't mind this is definitely going to be done by the time this link is over. And then, of course, you come to Egypt, one of the manufacturing powerhouses in Africa. But this stand is also a reminder of the massive cultural assets that it does have. Take this, for example, a statue representative of one of its ancient pharaohs, Tutankhamun. He was in charge from around 1330 or so BC. And there are reminders everywhere here that this country has a massive store of cultural assets, from ancient pharaohs to the pyramids and so much more. And that has been a very short tour of some of the things that the African countries here have to offer. Tourism and history from Egypt, shea butter and chocolate from Ghana, coffee from the home of that particular plant in the world, and so much more. But of course, if you want to come see it all and plenty more, you'll have to come to the expo. I'm Ramah Nyang in Shanghai. I've got chocolate and lots more things to indulge in.
Well, Ramah joins me now, and the China International Import Expo is coming to a close in the next 24 hours. So as we get closer to that point, what's been the main outcomes for the 8+ African countries taking part there?
Right then, Karen. So it's certainly been an interesting 4 days here in Shanghai, filled with quite a few deals being signed between Chinese firms on one hand, like Norinco, and firms on the continent. But it's not just about big firms signing deals with other big companies. SMEs like Ashora Farms from Rwanda, they've locked up sales agreements of about $1.8 or so million, and they're not the only ones. And that specific deal includes selling of chili oil to one of the world's biggest single chili markets as well. I should point out, we don't have an exact number on the dollar value of all the deals that have been cut here just yet. We do expect those to come through in the next 24 hours or so before the event ends on the 10th of November, right ahead of the biggest online shopping festival on the planet the following day. The expo also did deliver some intangible benefits as well, in terms of market exploration to figure out what the Chinese consumer does want and exposing them to what is available from Africa too. We've also heard in the last hour or so an announcement coming through from the Kenyan government to the effect that they now have signed a sanitary and phytosanitary services agreement with China, effectively harmonizing their standards on those particular products, and that will allow produce, fresh produce from Kenya to be exported right here into China. Karen?
And Ramah, during the course of the Expo, we've seen the issue of market access and tariffs coming up repeatedly. What would be the preferred solution here from policymakers that you've spoken to?
Indeed. So for some marginal producers, logistics are an immediate worry. But let's set that aside for the moment. From the conversation that we've had here, there's a patchwork of tariffs that vary from one country to the next. Senegal, for instance, they can export about 8,000 different product categories rather, with minimal tariffs into China. Ethiopia, however, has only minimal tariffs for specific products. And that, of course, is something that they're going to try and deal with to expand the number of products that qualify for preferential access into the country. Kenya is also negotiating that. They expect to have some results on the table in about 3 to 4 months' time. The general idea, though, is that this needs to be negotiated at a regional level and preferably at a continental level as well. Whether or not we'll actually see progress from that once the Continental Free Trade Area comes into effect, that is another matter. But we'll certainly keep our viewers updated on those developments right here. Karen?
Okay, Ramah Nyang, thank you very much for that update. That was Ramah there at the China International Import Expo in Shanghai for us.